headlines today. Arizona's family investigates dangerous police chases coming to crashing conclusions on valley roadways. Over the last decade, 111 people across Arizona have been killed in crashes that result from these pursuits.
New numbers show innocent people are getting hurt rather than the suspects. Investigator Amy Cutler take a closer look tonight.
Dangerous crashes happen at all times of night and day, often at high speeds. Sometimes kids are in the car. Authorities try to intervene, like when a trooper used a pit maneuver on Loop 101 in Scottsdale back in August. But it didn't stop the driver.
We need to get a helicopter. He's gonna cause a head-on.
He ultimately crashed into several cars, injuring 4 innocent people.
Oh no, oh no.
Then there's this catastrophic head-on crash that ended a police chase in Tempe back in 2018.
And all of a sudden, I saw the vehicle that was in front of me. They just sped out of the way.
Police tried unsuccessfully boxing in the suspect. He sped away. The driver he hit told investigators she never saw it coming.
And I saw like a reddish, maroonish color SUV just slam directly into me.
She suffered a broken hand and foot, but others haven't been as fortunate.
The man in the pickup was ejected and killed, an innocent victim of circumstance.
This is the aftermath of a high-speed police chase that turned deadly.
It was devastating because you don't lose a kid, you know? It's not right, and especially that way.
Ronnie Papanikolas was 31 years old.
He was the most loving, generous kid that you could ever imagine. Well, to me, he was a kid. He wasn't, though, but he would do anything for anyone.
His mom, Eileen Rowley, says he was in the Tucson area for work in November of 2010. The Department of Public Safety, or DPS, was chasing a suspect who rammed into Ronnie's pickup from behind on I-10.
To know he was doing everything right and was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's he pulled over to the right like he was supposed to, and it shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have happened.
Eileen hired attorney Nasser Abu-Jabara and sued DPS. Abu-Jabara has handled several cases like this and claims troopers should never have been chasing the suspect, Joel Mirando of Tucson. They pulled him over for a traffic violation when he sped off. Troopers followed.
They could have found him very quickly. And if he didn't engage, Ronnie would not have been involved in that crash.
According to the Fatality Analysis Reporting System, or FARS, Ronnie was one of 3 innocent bystanders killed in police chases in Arizona in 2010. Since then, the number of police chases has climbed, along with the number of deaths. In 2021, 10 innocent people died, none of them involved in the pursuits.
It must be difficult for you. You have to deal with these families and you see it again and again.
It is the most difficult part of this job.
A new report by the Department of Justice recommends that pursuits should only take place when an officer is aware a violent crime has been committed or when the suspect poses an imminent threat to commit another violent crime. Dozens of local, state, and tribal law enforcement agencies support the findings.
It's not as though we're saying don't ever pursue, but we're saying if you're going to pursue, make sure that it is for the right reasons.
Chuck Wexler is with the Police Executive Research Forum, which helped develop the report.
Make sure there's adequate training, there's adequate supervision, and you're prepared.
Now, according to DPS policy, the trooper shall terminate pursuits when the risks outweigh the need for immediate apprehension of the suspect. They list 11 factors to consider, including danger to life and property, the nature of the crime, and their training. But ultimately, the decision to chase is largely left to the trooper.
The rules that we give our police officers just aren't as clear as they should be.
Based on the criteria that you reviewed today, if this had happened now, this trooper would be within the guidelines to pursue that suspect.
Yes, because the guidelines are so vague.
Troopers found 150 pounds of marijuana in Mirando's car. Jurors convicted him of possession and transportation of the drugs, along with criminal damage and fleeing from law enforcement. But they deadlocked on all charges connected to Ronnie's death. A judge sentenced Mirando to 13.5 years behind bars.
In your mind, who's responsible for this? Is it the suspect or is it the troopers?
My mind, personally, the troopers. Definitely the troopers.
In the end, Eileen settled her lawsuit with DPS.
Does it get any easier?
I can't say it gets easier. It kind of gets more like a doll feeling. I'd rather have my son back than the money.
DPS declined my request for an interview. In a statement, they acknowledge the increase in police pursuits and write, following every pursuit the DPS is involved in, a review of the incident is conducted and believes this policy and practice empowers troopers and supervisors to weigh the circumstances as they unfold before them appropriately. Amy Cutler, Arizona's Family Investigates.
Amy.